Fuck. All right. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the new YouTube video. Now, in this video, my number one goal is going to be to show you guys the main 3 reasons you're stuck below $10,000 a month as an online coach in 2025. Now, disclaimer, I want you guys to understand this video is not for entertainment. You're gonna have temptations. You may get a notification from some chick that texted you. You may see another YouTube video on the side here that looks a little bit more entertaining, but that's not gonna get you fucking rich. The only thing that's gonna get you rich, and the number one way you're gonna become successful, is finishing this video right here. So let's get into it. Now, backstory, for those of you guys that don't know who I am, my name is Vincent Fisher, and in 3 years I went from a skinny, broke high school dropout to building and managing a 7-figure a year, soon to be 8-figure a year online coaching business at just the age of 21 years old. Now, let's get straight into it, guys. Let's break down the main 3 reasons. I'm gonna grab my pen here. It's in my pocket. Now, number one reason a lot of you guys aren't at 10,000 a month already, right, is you're selling low ticket, right? That's the number one reason, guys. I started in the same boat as a lot of you guys. I was posting fitness content online, my transformation before and afters, and I saw a lot of fitness influencers were selling low ticket PDFs, and I was like, oh shit, okay, let me make one too, right? So I made a $20 PDF, right? And I was like, let's get fucking rich, guys. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. The good news is, though, we did make life-changing money for me at the time, right? I was making like $4,000 or $5,000 a month with $20 programs, and it was a game changer. But the truth is, I couldn't scale past that because it's very hard to get to high amounts with low ticket. So like, let's do the math on that, right? If you have 10,000, if you want to make 10,000 a month, you're selling at 20 bucks. You need 500 people a month to hit that number, which I'm gonna be honest, guys, is very difficult to do unless you have a huge following or you're super viral, and a lot of you guys aren't. So I'm gonna give you guys the most realistic way. Whether you have a small following or not, I'm gonna give you the most realistic way to get to 10,000 a month, right? So I was stuck at 5. My mentality was, how do I get more people? You know, how do I get more people? How do I get more people? Guys, I realized that wasn't the proper thinking. My thinking should have been, why don't I just raise my prices? Guys, the moment that I 10x my prices, I 10x my income. The moment I 100x my prices, 100x my income. It's always been a direct correlation like that. I have this reel, right? And I'm driving my Rolls Royce down the city of Miami, and I'm like, you know, a lot of people aren't millionaires because they never asked. How many people would you have to ask to buy a $20 fucking program for you to become a millionaire, bro? Let's do the math on that, right? You would have to ask, holy shit, you would have to ask 50,000 people, and assuming 100% of 50,000 people said yes, you might become a millionaire. A way easier way for you guys to get to 10,000 a month to become a millionaire. I'm gonna dog you guys on this even more, because no matter how much I tell you stop fucking selling low ticket, you guys still do it. I can't make it make sense, right? If you wanna buy a Lambo, right? You wanna buy a Lamborghini Huracan. I had one 2 years ago, now we have an SVJ. Guys, that's a $250,000 car. How many $20 fitness programs do you have to sell to get that car? An unrealistic amount. So we know low ticket is fucking dead, right? We know low ticket's dead. Guys, the easiest way to build a high ticket life of penthouses, supercars, retiring your mother, fancy dinners every single night is by selling high ticket goods and services. There's a quote from the world's richest men, or one of the world's richest men. His name's Bernard Arnault. He owns all the designer brands, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Prada. And he said, luxury goods is the only area it's possible to make luxury margins. I spun that quote a little bit, and I made what I just told you guys before. High ticket goods is the quickest way to a high ticket life. So if you guys want to get to 10,000 a month, I'm going to give you the most realistic way. Whether you agree with it or not, this is the most realistic way. You guys need to sell your coaching program at 1 to 2K for 4 months. Now you may be like, Vince, well, that's too much, and this, that, and well, I think I'm gonna stick to low ticket. Guys, a lot of you aren't rich because you have an ego. You see shit like this from a millionaire and you think, well, I know better. I know better than Vince, you know, this, that. Guys, I've tried every fucking price. Tried every single price. Tried the $20 shit, I up to 50, I've done $299, I've done $750, I've done 1K. We have programs up to 20,000. Guys, 1 to 2K is a price that will still sell in volume. It involves a different method, right? You can't sell this over a website, but it will sell in the volume that you need to, how many people you need to get to 10,000 a month at these prices, guys? Give me 1 second. Guys, you need 5 to 10 people. What do you think is more realistic? Getting 500 people to buy a $20 program or 5 to 10 people to buy a 1 to 2K program? You know the answer to that, bro. It's high ticket, right? Just go high ticket. Now, number one thing, outside of this, right? Because a lot of you guys do have limited beliefs behind money and you don't feel that you're worth that amount. Your number one goal after this video is to find it in you. Fucking do some meditation. Find it in you to believe that you're worth this price. A lot of you guys need to get sold. You're not selling coaching because you're not sold on coaching. I really live self-development. I fucking eat, breathe, and sleep this shit, bro. I've spent over $200,000 on self-development and mentors in the past year alone. So when I'm pitching my high ticket price, I'm not fucking winging it. I'm like, bro, this is what you need to do to become successful. I want you guys to get that sold. That's what I'm saying. It can't be like, is he gonna pay my price? It should be like, no, that's the price that he needs to pay or else he's gonna be a fat fuck the rest of his life. This is how sold you guys need to be. He's gonna be a skinny twig the rest of his life. When I'm on these sales calls, guys, which I don't do a lot of my own sales calls anymore, but whenever I am on with these guys, I genuinely believe if they get off the phone and they don't purchase from me, their life is gonna be significantly worse forever. Right? I don't sell with strategy, I sell with belief. Your goal is to get them to understand that them paying this 1 to 2K is less of a cost than living the rest of their lives completely invisible, out of shape, fat or skinny, being disrespected, made fun of, no chick wanting them. That's what you're selling, bro. You're selling, hey, listen, this is price versus cost. Yeah, the price might be 1 to 2K, bro, but what's the actual cost? You just told me your girlfriend left. You just told me your friends were making fun of you. You just told me your son said you had tits, bro. We don't want that shit, right? But I don't sell, I believe, right? But that's our first thing, right? A lot of you guys are selling low ticket. That's why you're stuck below 10,000 a month. I took some notes here, so let me dive into them. We talked about formula to 10,000 a month, my story with low ticket. Guys, next reason, right? Guys, the next reason. You're still using websites to sell. It's 2025. No, you can't do this, especially if you're selling high ticket. We know low ticket's not gonna work, right? We know we have to sell high ticket 1 to 2K. You're not gonna do that over a website. So I'm gonna tell you guys my own personal story. I heard about high ticket. I thought I had this breakthrough. I'm like, I'm selling at 1 to 2K. I slapped that. I changed that $20 on my site, changed it to 1,000. Guys, as you can probably imagine, nobody bought. Right? Because any price that's really above $100 isn't gonna sell in volume over a website. Guys, websites are 1 to 100 bucks. This is game. VSL funnel, or I'm gonna say webinar funnels are 100 bucks to 2,000. And this is from Russell Brunson. So this is site, right? Site, just site with the numbers, right? Webby, I'm gonna say Webby, webinar funnels. I've used webinar funnels to make multiple 7 figures a year. And then we have VSL funnels are 2K plus. Anything above 2K, you know, VSL, or, you know, I'm gonna say call, because it has to be human to human. Guys, a website's conversion rate is less than, it's like 1 to 3% if you're selling low ticket. So like, we know that's not gonna work. A lot of you guys don't have big followings. It's just, okay, I started with 600 followers, half of them were fake. But like, if you know you send 100 people to this website and 1 person might buy, I don't like those odds. So guys, instead of websites, the #1 client acquisition strategy we use to this day, and a lot of offers are using nowadays, is, you know, this is you, right? Your CTAs, you should be pushing them to Instagram DMs and then call. Guys, you need to make every single sale personal. Right? And this is my first time writing, it's my first time using this board, excuse me, right? You need to make every single sale personal, right? Because people are so used to websites, they're used to like fucking going to training videos. Your highest conversion is gonna be face-to-face with them, talking to them, communicating with them knowing you're a real person, them knowing that you care. Guys, when you do CTAs, which if you don't know what that term means, it means call to action. You guys have probably seen me. If you follow me on Instagram, you see me like, hey, listen, if you want to be an online coach in 2025, DM me the word blank. That's a CTA, right? When you do your CTAs, push them to DM you the word, chop it up with them. Ask them their goals, ask what's stopping them. Say, okay, awesome. If there was a way that I could help you get to this desired outcome and overcome all the struggles you're dealing with, would you be open to like a 5-10 minute call? You know, screen them if you need to, get their asses on call and pitch them face to face, bro. Your conversion rate's gonna go from 1% over a website to, I mean, if it's your following, there's no reason you shouldn't have over a 50% close rate on the phones. Like this is, do you guys understand this? Delete the website, take it out of your bio, tell people to DM you, and I promise you're gonna get more sales like that. So yeah, 1% versus 50%, you do the math on that, you do the odds, it'll help you guys make way more money. Now, last thing, right? Last thing. And I hate to say this, I'm only saying this because I care about you guys, right? A lot of your guys' content is just boring as fuck, right? You're making more like how and less why. Like, I need you guys to understand with your content, your number one goal holy shit. I may have to fucking crop this out. Your number one goal, guys, with your content. Remember, if I could give you guys anything valuable that'll help you sell more, sell them on the journey. I see so many online fitness coaches like, here's 3 exercises, and here's how you sub-calorize your macros. Nobody wants to hear that shit, bro. They want to get fucking jacked. You have to sell them on why they need to be jacked. So my biggest clientele isn't people who are already in shape. When you guys make videos like, hey, here's 3 macro nutrition tips, you're speaking to only fitness people, and those guys are already in the gym. They don't need a coach. My number one clientele is the dude that doesn't even fucking work out and wants to get in shape. And how do I get that person over the edge? I sell them on the journey. So a lot of my content, and you may be wondering, Vince, why do you make so much mindset content, self-belief, etc.? Guys, you know, I was the skinny kid. You guys want to think, who am I serving, right? Who am I serving? So I was that skinny kid, you know, I'm in my room, I'm playing video games, I'm fucking jacking off, I'm fucking around, and all of my content is to sell that skinny kid, my past self. Your dream customer is usually your past self. Now, why am I saying dream customer? You guys only want to serve one prototype. You don't want to market to everybody, because if you shoot a fucking machine gun, you're going to miss. You want to be a sniper. All of my content is specifically designed to the skinny version of me. When I'm selling fitness, it's the skinny version of me who's 17. I mean, do 18 to, for me, it'd be 18 to 22. I want them to have money. I want them to be over 18. And I'm attacking all those person's pain points. I'm entering their mind. They're like, yo, this dude knows me, and I'm selling them on the journey. So like I just told you guys, this is content ideas, and these should all be reels on your page, right? So like I told you guys, I was playing a lot of video games back in the day. So I may get on my phone and I'm gonna be like, bro, listen, like the number one reason you're not where you want to be in life is because you're on the couch playing video games and jacking off, bro. Dog, like I remember I used to be in your same boat, but when I put down that controller, I was level 1 in real life, bro. But when I got to the point that I realized I'm not going to be level 1 in real life, I'm going to make life my game, that's when I got in shape and transformed everything in my life, propelled from there. I'm just giving you guys an example, but like I'm marketing to my dream customer, I'm selling them on starting the journey. And once they're ready to start, I'm the most obvious solution because I'm the one that changed their lives. Does that make sense, guys? That will sell way more than, here's 3 macronutrition tips. What the fuck? What are you doing? What are you doing, bro? But yeah, yes, that's good to some degree. Sound like you know what you're talking about every now and then, but that's not what's gonna sell, guys. What's gonna sell is I'm putting a fucking fire. And you know, can we change the colors on this shit? I don't know, let me see. We'll make it yellow, right? This is the closest thing we got to a damn fire. But guys, okay, we got some red here. Guys, moral of the story. Let me find the black. I'm lighting a fire under this motherfucker so he has to move. I'm attacking all of his pain points. I'm getting him uncomfortable. I'm getting him out of his comfort zone, because when you're outside your comfort zone, growth happens. So your guys' goal, piss this person off, tell them what the fuck they need to hear. Still tell them that you care, but you need to get them fired up. Don't lie to them. So bro, you have to get in shape. There's no other way outside of self-improvement. If you don't become your best self as a man, if you don't get jacked, if you don't become powerful, you're going to live a miserable existence. Life as a man is based on the value you provide and how important you are. I know it sounds harsh, but that's how life works. So you need to become the most important version of yourself if you want to live a great existence. That skinny kid's gonna be like, damn, he's fucking right. Hey Vince, that reel that you made really touched me. Oh yeah, bro, how'd it touch you? Man, like, you know, I need to self-improve. What's your goal, bro? What's stopping you? Hey, bro, if I told you there was a way that, like, you know, we could get you to that desired outcome and help you overcome, etc., would you be open to having like a quick 10, 15-minute chat about it? That's the client acquisition. Sell them on the journey. That's called nurturing, guys. Sell them on the journey and nurture them. Not with how, because how is boring. Don't sell the flight, sell the vacation. Alex Hormozi breaks this down. Not with how, not with macronutrients, whatever. Why they need to change. And once they're sold on making that change and they DM you and you're the most obvious solution, it's fucking easy from there. It's a knockdown, I'm telling you guys. So you need to restructure your content in a way that it's more sellable, in a way that you understand buyer psychology more. Your 2 greatest weapons are pain and desired outcome, which is them becoming the best version of yourselves. And you guys should be that desired outcome for them on your page. You want to look as cool as possible, bro. If you haven't done the self-development, if you're still a little bit out of shape, bro, dog, lock the fuck in. You can't talk about how, nobody's buying from me, bro. You need to cut down a little bit more. You know what I mean? Take some self-accountability as well. But I hope you guys understand this concept, less how, and this is a little bit low, less how, more why, okay? And this is a little bit out of the frame, but you guys catch my drift. And I promise with these 3 tips right here, you guys are gonna fucking diminish the competition. People are gonna be wondering, why is he selling so much? I'm a better online coach. I know more about macros and this is that, but if they don't know how to sell it, it doesn't matter. If you guys wanna kill it in the online coaching game in 2025, you have to become a master marketer. It's not best coach who wins and whoever's the most nerdy and knows the most shit, no. It's most known, it's best marketer that wins. So your guys' #1 goal is understanding this concept. Who is my dream customer? Even if it's like the fat kid from 3 years ago, if you started overweight. Okay, how can I piss that person off? How can I sell them on the journey of self-development? How can I tell them the mindset they need to succeed in life? And once they're ready to make that jump, I'll be the most obvious solution. Does that make sense, guys? So let's recap this entire YouTube video. I want to give you guys a little bit of a recap. The main 3 reasons you're stuck below 10,000 a month. #1, your fitness program's too cheap, right? It's too cheap. If you have a $20 program, you need 500 people a month, which isn't going to work out really well. So too cheap's #1, right? You're still using websites to sell, that's #2. A website's conversion rate's like 1%. So every 100 people you send, 1 person might get knocked down. It's way easier to push people to DMs and make it more personal and get them on a call from there after you've screened them, because your close rate can be 50% or higher. And then last thing is your content's too boring and you're not understanding your buyer psychology. Guys, nobody wants coaching. Nobody wants macros. Nobody wants nutrients. Don't sell the flight, sell the vacation. Don't sell the checkout lines, the baggage claim, and fucking, waiting in line. You don't want to sell that. You want to sell their desired outcome, which is being in the best shape of their life, ending all the pain of feeling invisible, disrespected, etc. Everything men do in general, I serve men. Everything anybody does in general is respect driven. So explain to them how them, self-improving, which we're selling them on the journey first before we sell them on our coaching, them self-improving is the ticket to paradise. And once they're ready to self-improve and you're the person that pushed them over the edge, it's only right that you'll be the most obvious solution as well. So guys, those are really the main 3 things that I had written down. I'm gonna make a lot more YouTube videos like this in the future. I hope you guys did get a lot of value out of this. And this is my first time doing this YouTube whiteboard shit, but hey, listen, if you got some value, like, comment, subscribe, we'll put sub right here. Hit me with that little sub below, Follow me on Instagram too, Vincent Fisher _ if you are coming from YouTube, and let's get to 10,000 a month in 2025. I'll catch you guys on the other side.